Okay, now I want to look at one of our homework examples. So I'm going to go from 0 to 3 of 2x minus 1 over x plus 1 dx. Now remember how I said you look for certain things to have this pulled off. The degree and the denominator and the numerator are the same. So u sub can work. It's a fancy u sub, and I'm going to show that to you. But anytime you have your degree is the same, when you have the same degree in the numerator and denominator, divide. Actually, I told you I was going to, but I'm not gonna. If we want to do this in class and you want to ask about it, then I will. But I'm not going to put that in here because I want you to divide. My math lab, so here let's put a little extra note in here. For this problem, my math lab will show you, if you do the help me solve this in the study plan, will show you what I call a fancy u sub for this type of problem. But I'm not going to show that to you in the notes here. I'm just going to do the division, and the reason for that is because, again, in chapter 8, when we do a whole bunch of integration, we're going to do these things called partial fractions. So spoiler alert, we're going to come back to something that looks very similar to this with partial fractions, and you're not going to do a fancy u sub then, you'll do a division. So I want to make sure you know how to divide so that in next chapter when we're doing it, then you're comfortable with it. All right, so it's probably been just a little while, for most of us anyway, to do long division with polynomials. If ever, I learned sometimes. So here's the beauty of the video. Pause it, rewind it. Any of that kind of stuff. If you're not catching what I'm saying, then pause it, write it down, look it over, rewind it, and ask in class also, right? That's also the beauty of a hybrid. Okay. When you do division, you look at the first terms and you divide those. So I'm going to come over here and I'm going to go black on it. 2x divided by x, which is just going to be a 2. That's your division. And I'm going to put it right there because I line it up. Then you're going to take this 2, so when you divide those first terms, and you're going to distribute it. When you distribute that, you end up with 2x plus 2. Remember, back in grade school, when you did long division, you subtracted, right? I know it's probably been a while, but you subtracted through there. When you subtract your polynomial, you're going to change the signs. So let's do a quick recap. Look at your first terms. With these first terms, divide these first terms. 2x divided by x is a 2. That's going to be what you put up here. You take that 2 and distribute it because it's a polynomial. 2 times x is 2x. 2 times 1 is 2. When you subtract that polynomial, you can add the opposite and distribute the negative sign. Then, when you do that addition, let me get back to blue here. 2x minus 2x cancels out. Negative 1 minus 2 is a negative 3, and that is your remainder. When you have a polynomial, you write the remainder. You don't put r there, you write it as a fraction. So your remainder comes up as minus 3 over x plus 1. So all we've done so far is algebra. That's it. We've just looked at algebra. We've taken this 2x minus 1 over x plus 1, rewritten it, so it can now be expressed this way. And look what happens. When I integrate from 0 to 3 of 2 minus 3 over x plus 1 dx, That, ladies and gentlemen, is now an easy integration. All right? Okay. Again, when you integrate, you can split this up here that you're looking at it, or I know we just learned it, but I think you guys can get this. So if I'm doing this problem, I would just come up here and say 2x minus 3 natural logs here of x plus 1 from 0 to 3. And the reason why I can do that is because on this part, right, this is obvious, 2 to the 2x is obvious. But for this part, if you say u is equal to x plus 1, du is equal to dx. And remember how I said I'm going to push you? If your du equals dx, then you would end up with 3 over u, which is obviously natural log. So you could just leave it with the x plus 1. If there's a du equals dx, if you were to do a u sub and the du equals dx, then don't waste the extra time. Just put that in where the u would be and go with it. All right, you can do this. You can do this. Efficiency is so important. Getting that efficiency, you got this. Then, fundamental theorem of calculus. 2 times 3 minus 3 natural logs of 3 plus 1 minus 2 times 0 minus 3 natural logs here of 0 plus 1. And don't forget, when you look at the natural log of 1, let's draw a graph again. Right? The natural log of 1 is the coordinate point 1, 0. So with that, I know this natural log of 1 goes to 0. So in the back, it's that 0 minus 0. So my final answer is 6 minus 3 natural logs of 4. All right. All right. If you have the same degree on the top and the bottom here, like this, same degree, divide. I can practice that long division with you if you have questions, but that's the method that is going to serve you the best. Other methods are out there and valid, but this method is going to serve you the best moving forward. All right, go practice this stuff.